Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to week number 2, day 1 of the Bleached Bones $30,000 League of Arenas tournament. I am EG Azael, and I am here with the man, the myth, the legend. It's Conrad. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Sorry about that. Go ahead, keep going.
Okay, man, I will. So, guys, we are moving on into the first picks and bans. It's going to be Winner is Coming going up against Toxic Youth. First bans for both teams have been thrown down. Toxic Youth banning out the Feral Druid. Winner is Coming banning out the Ellie Shaman. No big surprise on the bans on either side, to be honest with you. Two of the strongest classes there getting banned out. And the first pick is actually going to be an Affliction Warlock for both teams. So, this is kind of interesting because now having seen the Affliction Warlock pick come out for Winter is Coming, if I'm Toxic Youth, I mean, what do you think they should ban? Like, the Feral is already banned out, so they can't run FLS. They don't have an Ellie Shaman on their charter, so I'm guessing they're going to be running Hunter Warlock. But you know, what do you think they should ban out? Maybe Survival Hunter?
Yeah, Survival Hunter. I feel like that would be a good one to ban out. What do you think the overall goal is with both teams at this point? You know, we've seen Swapsy and Botar and Bluckstack. Every time I've seen them, they run double Shaman Warlock. You know,
yeah.
And they actually were really good at it every single tournament they've been in, whether it was Kata or it was Mr. Pandaria. So, if I were the other team, maybe I'd try and make sure they couldn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they are going to run double Shaman. I honestly think that, okay, so, wow, Moonkin. It is going to be a BM Affliction going up against Affliction Moonkin. This should be pretty interesting. Resto Shaman has already been banned out for Toxic Youth, so Winner is Coming cannot play the Resto Shaman. Probably going to be having to go with the Holy Paladin. I haven't seen them play Priest yet. Yeah, and it is going to be Holy Paladin coming out, Resto Shaman coming out for Toxic Youth, so the comps are set. It's going to be the Holy Paladin, the BM Hunter, and the Affliction Warlock for Winner is Coming going up against the Affliction Warlock, the Moonkin, and the Restoration Shaman for Toxic Youth. So, gonna be pretty interesting first match, man.
I have no idea what to make of this, my friend. None at all. But
yeah,
we are live, so you guys tell your friends. I did just post a tweet if you guys want to retweet that. And you can follow us on Twitter. He's at EG Azael. I'm at Conrad NAO. And if we have any time that we need to fill, we'll answer your guys' questions and all that kind of stuff. We're just going to have a great time today. That's the goal. Let's have some fun.
yeah, man. I think we are gonna have a lot of fun. I'm excited to be back and commenting with you. It's been far too long, my good friend. So.
Oh my goodness, I know.
Yeah, I'm pumped, man. The tournament has actually been really sick so far. Like really exciting. The picks and the bans, I think, is a lot of fun. So it is really going to be a cool tournament. I mean, when's the last time you saw this matchup in any tournament? The answer is never. So it's pretty good stuff, man. Toxic Youth, definite favorites coming into this matchup. I'd have to say they're considered one of the strongest teams, you know, just in general in the tournament. BlizzCon competitors, you know, top 2 at European finals, and just in general, this is a team that, as far as I know, has really practiced more than all the other teams pretty much out there. You know, they have all these different setups prepared. They have all these different specs prepared, so they're going to be able to pretty much run something that's really strong no matter what's going on, no matter what you ban against them.
I'm interested to see how LSD 2.0 will do because, you know, if I were to queue up 3v3 on my Warlock, this is actually the comp that I would be running because I do have a Moonkin under my control that shows me the ways and all that good stuff. So, you know, maybe I'll take some tips and tricks from these guys. And I do apologize for not being here last weekend, guys. And I actually haven't been able to catch up. I've been extremely busy. I haven't been able to watch the old VODs. So I'm going to be a little bit new to this, if you will forgive me. But thankfully we have Azael here. And, you know, what's he been doing for the past 2 years? He's been carrying me. So what's new, guys? What's new?
If you need a shoulder to lean on, Conrad, that's what I'm here for. But yeah, this is gonna be sick, man. I'm really excited for the games this weekend. Tomorrow we are going to have, you know, the first North American team playing. It's going to be, you know, Snuts team. They're playing tomorrow, second place, and then we're going to be playing on Sunday. So there's going to be the 2 teams who are the 2 teams last that have not played. So we're going to have, by the end of this weekend, seen at least a little bit of every single team.
Yeah, that's sick. So I'm trying to figure out who I'm supposed to be in a group with right now. And then we'll be good to go, I think.
Yeah, you're gonna add Supersonic
Okay.
on Real ID, and
I have him.
okay, cool. And they are gonna invite you every time. Pretty easy stuff. I think it's just slash console show player 0, right? Isn't that command? Doesn't seem to be. Console show, is it show player space player 0 or something like that? Or is it all one word? I forget.
Yeah, I don't know either. If anyone knows the script to hide your character, let us know and we'll give you a little shout out. Yeah, thanks for linking the gift, guys. You're real mature. Unbelievable. Can a man just get some privacy? Not that I needed it. Let's check out the Twitter.
Oh, there we go. I was typing shadow player or something. I was typing it wrong. I'm retarded. Anyway, I think it is good. I think we are good to go with that. I don't know what faction you're gonna be on, but I think I am on Alliance.
Yeah, I'm Alliance
I'm
as well.
guessing it looks like you're Alliance too, actually. Yeah. So we're gonna
good
get
to go.
invited into groups, and we're gonna be pretty much ready to go. Guys, if this is your first day tuning in, this is a very exciting tournament. First one we've ever had for WoW. You know, on this kind of a scale. I know they have run tournaments like this before, but it was only a Russian-only tournament. You know, wasn't as kind of big of a tournament. And this is the first one really on a large scale with the picks and the ban system. And I think so far it's really been working out. You know, there's a lot of people that were kind of doubting it, myself included, perhaps. But I have to say, it is really, really awesome, man. There's so many good games that we've had, so many interesting comps that have come out, and I think the Russian teams have been making a lot of fans, man, because they just run the most ridiculous stuff. It's really fun to watch.
What's your favorite comp that you've seen so far this tournament? The most exciting and like, whoa, what? What's your favorite?
The favorite comp. I mean, it's hard to pin one down. I mean, there's been some funny ones. Fury, Destro, Resto Shaman was pretty much the funniest comp I think that's come out, but it didn't really work out. But we've seen some really interesting comps like UA Lock Priest, Rogue. We've seen them go up against a Monk, Destro Lock, Resto Druid. You know, those are two comps that you would never really see face off very often. We've seen all kinds of different variations of Hunter Warlock, which actually I've really been enjoying because it actually seems like a legitimately strong comp with almost all these different variations of the specs. I mean, we've seen BM Affliction, we've seen BM Marksman, we've seen BM we've seen all three of the different Hunter specs along with Affliction. We've also seen Destro BM, we've seen Destro Marks, we've seen all kinds of these different combinations, and they actually all seem pretty strong. We've also seen Demo come out with Survival Hunters and things like that. So it's been actually really, really cool. And I've really been enjoying the Hunter Warlock play. I think it's actually seems like really high pressure. It actually seems quite strong. So I think that is probably the most interesting comp that I've seen so far. Then also we've obviously seen some of the more classic comps, like the strong comps like LSD and things like that, but generally speaking that stuff gets banned out. Regardless though, we are getting on into the first game. This is the first best of 3, guys. We have the picks and the bans. Whoever wins this first one is going to go up 1-0 in the overall series, and then what is going to happen is we're going to do picks and bans once again. If the same team wins the second best of 3, then the series is over, 2-0 overall. But if not, then we're going to go back once again to the picks and the bans for a third best of 3, and that is how it's going to work. So we have a possible up to 9 games between these teams could be coming up, and it could be as little as 4 as well.
Yeah, that may seem a little confusing to those of you that are new, but it's actually very exciting. And after I found out about this format, I actually am a huge fan, and all I've heard about this tournament is great things, so I'm very excited to be here. I'm excited to see my friends Swapsy, Bluckstack, and Botar play because I have met them a few times, and they're so nice, man. They're always just the nicest people. I hope they do well. But it's not going to be easy depending on who they fight. And did you mean to enter the arena already?
I mean, I could just stealth. It shouldn't matter. No.
You were just messing everything up.
No, they just left. Yeah, for some reason they don't. I don't think they realize that you can just move me to group 2. But anyway, we're gonna have to restart it. I just won't join early. But anyway, we are gonna be getting that queued up once again, and I will just have to wait every time, I guess. You should just be able to stealth, but
amateur. Is this amateur hour? Do they just hire anybody around here?
yeah, I mean, I could just refer to some of the stuff we were just talking about as Skype if you want. Yeah, I mean, you know, Conrad.
That's my panic voice.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few little details that you might have been missing out on, you know, like such as the fact that there was a tournament. You know, you were missing out on that little detail. You were missing out on how every aspect of the tournament worked. You know, you were missing out a little bit on yeah, just basically everything. I mean, there wasn't really anything you were up on. Just
You're
you know.
missing out on the being nice element right now. You're a dick.
Well, anyway, we're gonna be getting queued back up pretty shortly here, and yeah, it should be good to go. Or maybe it wasn't even my fault. They said sorry, so I guess there was some issue with the warlock. So maybe it wasn't my fault, man. Who knows? Anyway, guys, you can tweet at us throughout the weekend if you would like to submit some questions, things like that. We'd be happy to take them. I am at Azael, and he is, of course, at Conrad NAO. You can tweet to both of us throughout the weekend. We'll be taking your questions, your comments, concerns, etc., etc.
Also, if you're wondering how my face is showing up in the chat, it's because people subscribe to twitch.tv/EGAzael, and they type my Twitter just as it is on Twitter, at Conrad NAO, but with a capital C and a capital NAO. So if you want one of those and many more, go ahead and subscribe to my friend.
Oh, thank you for that little plug.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, we got some tweets here. We got a tweet from Ruben. He says, "Hey Isaac, do you think the evil eye will strike again today?" # man. It's possible, man. It's possible that the evil eye could come out today. Conrad missed out on that, but he might find out. We have another tweet here from Jim. He says, "Here we go, day 4. Can't wait. Best of luck, Azael." On twitch.tv/League of Arenas, and that is the new channel, guys. It is going to be broadcast here on this channel from now on, and yeah.
I did get a tweet, someone asking for mod. If you want me to send this to you. Apparently he's a mod for your channel.
Okay.
Maybe he's trustworthy. Someone says my Twitch chat won't work. What do? I have no idea, my friend. Refresh? Actually, I had an issue around a week ago where I was trying to look at Twitch chat, and if I was signed in, I couldn't look at it. If I was not signed in, then I could actually read the chat. So, if you want your message read out loud, you can keep tweeting me, and if it's a good one, then that's how you can communicate with the masses, my friend. I'll do that for you, Corey, as long as they're good messages. Now the pressure's on you. Uh-oh.
For sure, man. We got another tweet here. It says, "Will we do any interviews with the winning teams?" We haven't done that so far. You know, maybe in the later stages of the tournament we would. But you know, some of the teams I'm not even sure. You know, if they'd be confident with their English or not. I'm not sure if all the teams are fluent. So you know, it would be something that would be up to the teams. But we may end up doing some of that later on in the tournament. I'm sure that we're at least going to have. You know, interviews for the later stages, for like, you know, semifinals, grand finals, all that kind of stuff. But that's obviously a long ways down the road, as this is going to be, you know, 7 weeks remaining still in the tournament. So it is basically a 2-month-long tournament, 8 weeks total. We've already done 1 week, and we are going to be here every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday broadcasting games for you guys.
Yeah, should be very exciting. Should be very fun. Should have a lot of cool team setups. Very different from the usual because, you know, let's face it, Mrs. Pandaria PvP on live, it's all pretty much the same thing. You know, this class is overpowered and everyone re-rolls it because it's extremely easy to learn thanks to the new expansion. But with this setup and all these bans, you're basically deciding, you know, how you think you're going to be best able to win.
We can join, by the way.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
So, you know, that's just one of many factors that makes this tournament so much cooler. Also the fact that it's being commentated by Azael. You know,
Hey, Conrad.
If he could just commentate every stream I watch, it would actually be the best thing. He'd have to learn how to PvE because I do love my PvE streams these days.
I could totally commentate PvE, man.
Dude, I commentated PvE for like 10 seconds. It was the most fun I've had all year.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. I talked about the damage meters. Yeah, it was cool.
It's pretty sick, man. Alright, so guys, we are now into the game. I think everyone has been killed off, so I can just add all these players really quick to the frames, and I think that should be
I have to add my friends really quick.
Pally's still just kind of chilling in the middle. Not sure what's up with that.
So it looks like they're starting in around 15 seconds.
Yeah, I think they're probably gonna have to restart the countdown though, because this Pally's just chilling in the middle.
Oh, he's running back, I think.
Just chilling a little bit, hanging out.
Come on, Hingoto Podin.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh wait, okay, there he goes.
Someone said drunk Russian.
Hashtag vodka. Alright, so we're going to be getting this going. 10 seconds on the countdown. First game going to be starting off here for Week 2. League of Arenas $30,000 tournament, guys. And there we go. So the countdown's going. I am Azael. I'm here with Conrad, and we are going to be starting, guys. It is going to be the Moonkin, the Warlock, and the Resto Shaman going up against this Hunter Warlock Paladin team. The Solar Beam going down immediately. I'm not really sure if that really did anything there for Swapsy, though, to be honest. Bluckstack already popping his Demon Soul, going to be spreading those dots out everywhere. You can see that Laguna's going to be playing Petsack. So is Bluckstack. There's a Scatter Trap comes out onto Botar. That's going to land full. Bluckstack could be in a little bit of trouble here, but he is kind of kiting back right now. He's just trying to play defensive, and a lot of pressure is coming out on this Paladin team. You can see he's already having to use his shield wall there just to reduce some incoming damage.
Yeah, he's down to 42% health. It looks like he should be okay for now. There's a full Cyclone onto Laguna. He is going to end up training that. Bluckstack down to 45%, 30%. He's going to use 3 of his defensive cooldowns right there, both of his heals and his Unending Resolve. That's also going to give him Aura Mastery, so he is going to be able to free cast for now. Ui is put into that Cyclone. He's coming out of it now. Laguna does get locked out right there on Malefic Grasp, I believe it was. Hingoto Podin did recently use his Trinket. He's at 64%. They're all going to go through the gateway. OE doing so much damage, but his cooldowns are now over, so his pet's going to be doing less. He's going to be doing less, but his pet is the fearsome foe here. Laguna gets put into a full Howl. OE into a full Howl as well. He uses his Trinket. There's a nice Blinding Light right there. Hingoto Podin has used his Aura Mastery as well as his Guardian, so many of his defensive cooldowns are now completely gone. It's going to it's going to be a little bit of a stalemate for a little while because all defensive CDs, a lot of offensive CDs have been used. So let's see where they can go from here. I'd like to see more dots going out onto the Hunter right now because he is a lot harder to heal. Hingo to Podin, he doesn't have too many dots on himself either.
I mean, honestly, I think they should be killing the Fox. I think that's the best strategy here. You know, as a dot team against a BM Hunter, kill the pet. Train that pet the whole game, start to finish. Once the pets are down, you can literally just tunnel that Hunter into the ground. But Bluckstack's going to be in some trouble. Botar does not have his Trinket available. Botar down to half HP. He's in the full trap. Bluckstack taking some serious pressure here. Laguna's going to get fared off. He's going to get MCS. And now Bluckstack is just going to gate out of there. He is silencing shot. Botar gets scattered once again. But I mean, Laguna now put into the Hex Oi, just going to chase after Bluckstack here, trying to keep the damage going. But Bluckstack's behind the pillar. Looks like he's fine. You know, maybe going to try to get another trap out, but it looks like they're going to want to swap over onto Swapsy actually. And I mean, right now you can see that the real problem here for Winter is Coming is the mana. Their Paladin is going for the drink, but he is at 30% mana. Botar sitting basically completely full on mana at the same time, and they are going to kill off that first Fox. Can Oi actually get that pet res? Does not look like it. The Halater comes in. This could be actually really problematic for him. He's just going to have to use that instant summon, the Heart of the Phoenix, but with Demon Soul up, Bluckstack should actually just be killing the second pet immediately.
Yeah, I agree. Botar put from a full scatter into a full trap right there. Bluckstack down to 77% health. Look at him. He is hitting that pet, that fox, just like you were saying. No foxes, guys. The Hunter was down to 40%. Bluckstack goes through the gate. He's at 44. He's on the opposite side of the map from his Shaman. His Shaman is in a full fear right now. That's why he used his healing cooldowns. He also used his Sacrificial Pact. As you can see, there's about 8 seconds remaining on his Sac Pact. Swapsy at 60% mana. Botar at 97% because he hasn't really been able to cast with all the CC that he's being hit with. There's a Cyclone onto Hingo to Podin. This is looking good for our LSD team. They just need to keep the pressure up. Hingo to Podin is almost doomed. You can see him just trying to channel out the heals right there onto Laguna. Laguna, he even had to pop his wings. Another gateway going up for Laguna. This is good, but the Fox is low on health, the Hunter's low on health, and there are 4 targets to dot here for this dot team. Yeah, I mean, Laguna's finally going to go for the gateway on top of the other gate, which is something he needed to do a while ago, honestly, when they're the ones that are being the aggressors and they are losing on mana. You need to be able to gate through and chase down the other team when they go for that. There goes Bluckstack. He's going to port back to his gate, maybe go through there, but Oi in some trouble. There's a full trap onto Botar. Bluckstack going to be taking some damage here as well. You know, is this a little bit too late though? As the Paladin really getting low on mana, he's going to sit this full Cyclone. Dark Bargain actually coming out there from Laguna, so he's going to have that dot, the Dark Bargain dot coming up on him. They do have the gateway down
on top of Bluckstack's gate, but actually no one electing to go through it when they were going to chase him. So Hingapoden's going to go into the bubble. He's trying to heal his team back up. Laguna is dotted up right now, but everyone on Toxic Youth is looking pretty fine, to be honest. Everyone is pretty much full HP. Laguna now taking some big damage. He's down 20% HP. The Moonkin cooldowns have been popped. Ore Mastery goes up. He's down to 10%. There's a full fear onto Hingdo. He has no trinket remaining. Soul Drain coming in now. Healing cooldowns do go up. There's the Dark Regeneration. It looks like he is going to be fine. At the same time, Bluckstack getting a little bit low.
Yeah, and this is scary because these are the Moonkin cooldowns that you need to try and kill with, but they did a great job of throwing the pressure back onto our LSD team, and the Fox is back out. The Fox has returned. It's a very scary moment for our LSD. Hingapoden going down, sipping a little bit of a drink right there. 37% mana as he stands back up. Laguna does get locked out on that Malefic Grasp. He's at 73%. The Starfall is going out. A little bit of spread pressure. The Fox is down to about 20% or so. Nice big heal right there from Hingapoden. He's getting the Divine Light as well. Laguna down to 73%. Dots are fading off of him. Though, he's down to 43%. Catches a big Star Surge right there. He's going to have to pop his deterrence, use a Hellstone, running back behind the pillar at 41%, probably going to revive his pet. I'm sorry, no, his pet actually isn't dead just yet, but look at Laguna's health, down to 47, and there was also a Solar Beam on Hingapoden. I would have preferred for them to use a Root onto Hingapoden first before that, and the Fox does fall once again. Laguna down to 41%, catches a big hit right there, another Star Surge going into him from 57%. He will stay just there. He's trying to get as much dot pressure out as he can, but his Hunter was back trying to revive his pet, so not a lot of pressure coming out from our Hunter team. Look at Swapsy though, inside of a full fear at 56%, 55%, Botar at 57%. Bluckstack did get blanketed right there, but put into a full fear. Swapsy down to 47%. A scatter shot goes out onto Botar. If they can get a trap, this might actually be the end.
Oh,
nice
it was,
eat by Swapsy.
Yeah, Swapsy's going to be able to eat that, and their Healing Tide does go down, but I mean, Winter's Coming's hanging in there. Botar's sitting full mana, but as you see, it's largely because of the CC coming out. But Oi now getting pretty low there. We can see that the dot damage reduction buff did go up from the Paladin, but Oi down to 10% HP. He's trying to get back behind the pillar. Hingapoden with the Soul Drain on him at 10%. He has his Guardian out, but both of them are 2%. They're both going to die at the exact same time. They were holding hands while they did it, I do believe, looking deeply into each other's eyes, saying I love you. But unfortunately, that is going to be the first game there for Toxic Youth. They're going to take it. And I mean, winter is coming, holding on for quite a long time, man. But they just didn't really seem to be able to capitalize on any time they got pressure.
Yeah, no, you're right, my friend. There was, I think, two scary moments really. One was during Moonkin cooldowns, the second set of Moonkin cooldowns, and the other one was sort of near the very end, where if that trap went off, then it surely would have been big trouble. But I'm not sure if Heart of the Wild was ever used by Swapsy, so that could have definitely saved them. But I really liked Bluckstack, Swapsy, and Botar's play. I admittedly, in Kata, when I saw them running double Shaman Warlock, I thought, oh, that's kind of like a one-trick pony, and it's really good against all the Warlock Shaman comps because there's just a Tremor Totem for everything, and a Shock for everything, and a Grounding for everything. But as I saw them play more throughout that tournament, I was like, oh, these guys actually are good at what they're doing. They know how to play, and it's nice to see them swap to a comp like LSD, and it's like, wow, they're actually doing a great job. They played that pretty damn well. They stopped so much instant CC. They had so much pressure going at all times, and I loved that as they're playing LSD, they're dotting all 4 targets because I think that is so important, and that just gets the pressure going. The Paladin was almost like 2 minutes into the game. Just phenomenal play overall.
Yeah, I mean, and they showed on the damage meters. They did more than double the other team's damage. At the same time that to be fair to Winter is Coming, it kind of does make sense that that's happening simply because you as Hunter Warlock, you don't want to dot all the targets. I mean, first of all, there's one less target because there's no pet on the other team, and secondly, you're not going to be dotting the healer at all because you need scatter traps and stuff. That's how you actually get your pressure going. Is those full traps on the healer? So you are dotting 2 targets versus 4 targets, so it kind of makes sense that your damage is going to be a lot lower. But just in general, they really did a better job keeping the pressure up, and I honestly think that one of the biggest mistakes was just not getting that gate on Bluckstack's gate earlier on, and then even once they had it, they never used it. Every time they got pressure, Bluckstack would just gate out of there, and then all that would happen is they would walk across the map after him instead of just gating themselves. You need to use that gateway. You need, like, if your opponent's going to use it, you have to do it right again and just chase after them, because if you're able to keep up on top of that Warlock, like, there was a lot of times when they did get full CC onto the Shaman, and I mean, if they were able to get there and chase down Bluckstack, they actually probably could have got a kill, I think, a few times.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when Stampede was out. Oh my goodness. It was actually really funny to see the Hunter being pillar kited and the Warlock is still dropping to all the pets just chomping at him.
Yeah.
Foxes, man.
Yeah.
Effing foxes.
Pretty powerful, man. So, honestly, I have to say, the game was, I think, like, could have been really going either way, and we're going to see if Winter's Coming to be able to adjust. I mean, I think if they don't, they're definitely just going to lose in the same manner. But if they are able to get a little bit more aggressive and kind of realize that they're the team that's a bit more on a clock, then I think they can win, because I think that they were doing fine, but they just have to realize the position that they're actually in, you know, and that is really a position where your team has a disadvantage in the longer game, and there are a lot of matchups like this. So they need to be the ones pushing the pace. They need to be the ones ending the game early, because I definitely think it's a really disadvantageous matchup for a BM Hunter Warlock Paladin late in the game against an LSD. I mean, honestly, I don't even think the LSD played it as, you know, they played really well, but I don't even think they used the best strategy, because I think if you just tunnel pets start to finish, it's a free win. But, you know, we'll see if they do that, and we'll see if Winter's Coming is going to be able to make any adjustments.
Oh my goodness, I said 5 pets, huh? They're actually, or I'm sorry, I said 4 targets. There's actually 5.
Well, there's 6, both ends of the gateway if you count it.
Well, then there's 7.
Well, there's no Fell Hunter, because they're sacrificing the Fell Hunter.
There's right now.
Well, yeah, but they sacrifice it instantly. But anyway,
you don't know that. What if they don't?
All right, so the countdown has begun. We're gonna be going into this. I'm gonna talk over Conrad. No one really cares to listen to what he has to say. He has no input of any worth whatsoever. So here we go, getting this game going. And it is gonna be Oi charging out there onto Bluckstack. He does stop that Demon Gate. The silencing shot coming out onto Bluckstack. Demon Soul gonna be popped here immediately. Bluckstack wants to spread that damage out. There's the MCS onto Laguna. I believe it was miss. The Halitair coming out on both DPS as well. Hingdapoden dispels ZUA down to 40% HP. He's going to be taking some serious damage. There's the scatter shot onto Botar. Bluckstack gets that gateway off with the end of his Demon Soul. Good play by him. The fear comes out onto Laguna. Laguna is going to get out of that almost immediately, though. Coil coming out onto Botar. Interesting. Laguna's going to be playing that Coil, but he's going to try to go for another fear onto Botar. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to land it. The disrupting roar comes out there from Swapsy. Swapsy with the Moon King cooldowns having been popped. He's trying to keep that pressure going. He's trying to really put them behind early on. In Laguna, it's showing he's down to 40% HP, but Botar is actually taking a bit of damage this time around. Maybe they're going to try to swap up their strategy. Swapsy at the same time, having Barkskin now expired, could be a decent target.
You know, I really like this Hex that went in onto Hingdapoden and caused him to use his Trinket, and now they're throwing some dots onto him as well. Laguna down to 68%. A Halipter goes out onto Ui and Laguna. Laguna is going to end up trinketing that, and I think Ui used his BM on that, but I'm not entirely sure. Bluckstack, he does have full dots onto him. He's still trying to get some more dots out. Laguna is put into a Cyclone. Again, no trinket available. There's a disorienting roar. It was onto the Hunter and the Paladin. They're out of it now, though. A Fear goes out onto Laguna. He hasn't been able to do much all game because of the CC going into him. Look at the mana, though. Hingdapoden down to 55%. Laguna gets locked out on that Fear. It's looking great for them. They just have no pressure on themselves, and they're putting so much pressure onto this team.
Well, I mean, I think one of the biggest reasons that they don't is they're not using a Fox or a Goat this time. They're using the Shale Spider. But, I mean, it's looking like it's going to die, and there's no cast debuff. And that is honestly one of the most overpowered things about Hunter. So to not be using that against a double caster team, well, a triple caster team really, is honestly pretty surprising here. But at the same time, maybe they just feel like they can keep Curse of Tongues up, you know, that Curse of Enfeeblement up on everyone. But really, so far, Laguna has not done it. There is that Aura Mastery coming up here for Hingto. He's trying to catch up on the damage. Scatter Trap coming out. Trap and Fear going to be overlapped, but Swapsy in some trouble. Botar having to trinket there. They could perhaps capitalize this on the, you know, the next CC if they have another full CC coming out. Botar going to get scattered here. Do they have anything off that? Doesn't look like it just yet. Bluckstack going to be feared off. No trinket available for him. Swapsy taking some real damage here. Laguna going to be cloned though. They really need to get capitalized on this. They need to get the CC out onto Botar, but Hingto is going to have to bubble. There's a deter coming out from Oi as well.
Wow, that was an insane amount of pressure going out. 2 of their immunities have been used now. We had to use the deterrent and Hingo Potent had to use his bubble. There's a Hex going out onto Laguna. There is no decoys for that. He doesn't have a trinket available, and that's on his Dark Soul. He's only got 10 seconds remaining on it and doesn't have dots on anyone. Just 2 corruptions are out on his Dark Soul. That's so bad. I feel for this Warlock right now. He's down to 75%. He does have some dots on him. Hingo Potent, he's got some dots fading off of him now, and now Laguna is going to be the one taking the damage. Shale Spider is out once again, but I'm with you, dude. I think they need a Fox or a Goat.
Yeah, I definitely think so. And I mean, you can see Swapsy and Botar stacking up. The web trap disengage was trying to come in there, but I mean, not able to land that web actually on the Shaman. It only hit the Moonkin, and now Oi's gonna have to pull back once again as his Shale Spider is being targeted, and they just feel like maybe they need to turtle it out a little bit. But I mean, let's be honest. Look at the mana. Hingo Potent at 10% mana pretty much here. Shale Spider gonna go down once again. He charged it out there. He's trying to go for the revive, but I don't think this one's gonna happen. There is that CS on that revive coming out. Full dots are up. They are pretty much and they are in so much trouble. Hingo Potent trying to kite back there, was trying to go for the drink. Revive does look like it will land here for Oi, so they're not out of it just yet. The MCS now coming out there onto Botar. Death Coil goes out as well. Do they have a Fear coming off that? Yeah, the Fear and the Web Wrap coming out now onto Botar. Maybe going to be able to get something done here, but the trap is once again eaten by Swapsy. Barkskin popped by Swapsy. And I mean, the trinket is now almost back up, so they've kind of lost that window of opportunity that they did gain from earlier.
Yeah, and I feel like the Moonkin cooldowns are going to be shown pretty soon. There they are, Moonkin cooldowns. The game's about to end, my friends. Hingo Potent down to 56. Ui is down to 53. Laguna going to be dipping down pretty low himself at 70%. Ui down to 31%, reviving a pet behind a pillar. He's hanging out with his Paladin, but his Paladin is doomed. This game is over and done with. Healing cooldowns by the Warlock have been used. It's at 26% health. Ui down to 24%, but this Paladin just has no mana. The Hodge goes out. Our Hunter is down to 13% health. He's just hanging out in the middle of the map, though. Dots are going to be put on his Shale Spider pretty soon here, I feel like, but you know, they may just be able to tunnel the DPS and just finish the game right here. Look at that, there's the deterrence. There's the
UA to spell at 5% HP, and there's just no way he can keep up with us at this point. He has no mana. I mean, he is spamming out those holy lights. He's trying to be efficient. There's the nice blink in for Swapsy with the Displacer Beast trying to eat that trap, and he's able to do it. Laguna does have his Demon Soul popped, and I mean, Hingo somehow, some way is keeping his team alive for now, but I mean, Oi at 10%, they have no pressure going whatsoever. Trinket has been used by Botar, but it doesn't matter. Oi's going to go down. Toxic Youth.
Swapsy. Whew.
Yeah.
That was close, man. He went, let me get a little instant replay. He went down to 17% before the link went down, and now he's going to use his Tranquility. I believe he is Heart of the Wild. Okay. So yeah, he is playing Heart of the Wild for this. So that's going to be a 2-0 in favor of our friends Toxic Youth.
Yeah. Yep. And that game looked a lot more one-sided, to be honest. I mean, they went on the pet. They played it right that time, I think, Toxic Youth. I think tunneling the pet, honestly, is the correct strategy against that kind of setup. So that series is, looking a little bit one-sided. Winter is coming. Going to have to go back to the drawing board a little bit, see if they can figure something else out with the picks and the bans. And I think that, honestly, one of the biggest problems is that Holy Paladin, they only seem to be able to play Holy Paladin and Resto Shaman, and everyone's kind of just banning out the Resto Shaman, forcing them to that Holy Paladin pick, which, let's be honest, isn't that strong.
Yeah. Yeah, what a rough situation to be in, my friend. I don't know what I would choose for them. Actually, yeah, I don't know. Where do you go from here? This is scary.
I mean, you can swap up your bans. The other thing you can try to do is, since the other team did ban out Resto Shaman second, you could try to pick your Resto Shaman as your first pick if you really feel like you need to get that in there. I've seen this team play with all the different Hunter specs and everything, so I don't think they need BM. And quite frankly, I think BM is actually a worse choice than Survival, especially in that matchup, because they are just going to tunnel your pet. Any decent dot type team like that is just going to kill your pet as BM over and over. That's really what they should do. So, as Survival, sure, you can lose your pet, and that sucks, but it's not nearly as big of a deal. You can still keep a ton of pressure out. And we saw Oi playing Survival last week and actually being able to do a ton of pressure. So I think that would have been actually the much better choice, but we'll see what they can mix up. Maybe they could get like Resto Shaman, Warlock, Survival Hunter, which I think would be a better matchup for them.
Oh.